So, have you guys ever opened like soda and you weren't expecting it to just explode all over your face, but it did anyway? Or when you open your soda, you learn from it and you start opening it little by little so that the kids can actually like decompress and you actually have nice soda to have? Or like it's the same thing with people. And have you ever been in a relationship where you feel like you've just been blindsided? You're like, oh my God, what? I didn't even know you felt that way. And it's just like, okay, well, if you just told me this before when you first started getting upset at me, then everything would have been fine. And Marvel gave a great quote that described these kind of people, and it was, people who make no noise are dangerous. And they're not only dangerous to themselves, but they're dangerous to other people as well. And I have many examples of this, including a relationship that I was in, and my mother is a great example of it. And also my best friend is the opposite, which is why we live in a healthy relationship right now. And well, let's just get it started with me. So I was in a relationship for a year and a half, and I thought everything was fine. We were in a relationship where he was in Utah, I was here, and I found. Instead of telling me before that he maybe didn't want to be in the relationship, we went on and like had this relationship for a year and a half. And I came to find out later through an experience that was kind of traumatic that he cheated on me twice with 2 men. Funny. But anyway, so yeah, laugh. It's totally fine. So I was left in just blind, like, oh my God, really? Why? You couldn't have just told me that you were gay? That's cool. That's fine. Great. But anyway, so I just went on my way. I had to rebuild my entire ideology of like who I was as a person, and it was just a really ridiculous situation to get into. And please, just be honest with people. It will be much easier. And my mom, I probably get it from my mom about. I'm also someone that's very much like, okay, well, let's just keep that bottled in. We don't have to make people upset for me being just a little ticked about something. And she does the same exact thing, and I'm the one that she ends up going to, and she's like, I'm so upset, your father, da da da. And I'm just like, why don't you tell him? That's the only thing you have to do. You just need to tell him. You just need to have a healthy relationship. But my best friend and I, the reason why we work out so well is because we feed off of each other. So she's someone that is so loud and so forceful with her feelings. She never leaves something to bottle up for inside. And I'm the opposite. I'm kind of like the wall that can rebound all of the information that she's giving me, and then therefore it's a very healthy relationship. And throughout this relationship, I've started growing as a person and started becoming a better person because I started taking little bits of her openness, of her honesty, and reflect that into my own life. And she herself has taken some of my, why don't we just listen right now, instead of like actually blurting out everything that we need to say. So overall, my relationship that I had and myself, my mother, and my best friends are prime examples of what a relationship can do if you don't have an open communication between both partners. And honestly, would you rather have that soda splash in your face and you be all sticky for the rest of the day, or just have a nice beverage that is perfectly cool and perfectly able to be have a drink from? That's my question. Okay, thanks guys.
All right, the opening is fine. I'm still not quite sure how the soda comparison works, but I like the idea of it. I'm not sure it fits very well with the subject that you end up talking about. You had a very clear statement of what your thesis was and a good preview of the contents. Everything is signposted pretty well in the body of the speech, so I like that. It comes across pretty well. The presentation issues, your voice is just about right for this time of day. There's good variety there. Sometimes it felt a little bit like there was some slowness or some pacing issues, but nothing that was problematic. It just seemed that you were being deliberate. Your facial expressions are pretty animated, very good eye contact with the audience, except for those few times that I caught you looking out of the corner of your eye down at that piece of paper down in front of you, which is, I think, doesn't really help you. And I think sometimes that's the pacing issue also. I'm not sure if that syncs up. Maybe when you watch the video you'll be able to tell. I thought the summary was really very effective. It's reminding us the point that you were trying to make as well. All right. Thank you. And I wondered if you wore the dress today because you were speaking today, as opposed to...
I mean, it was hot today.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to my sweater?
Well, it's just like, people dressing up or something. I thought, oh, that's a little fancy. That kind of thing. I mean, it's not fancy, but compared to the way people dress most days in class, I look around and I'm like, not you folks, you all look wonderful. And me, of course.